All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I'm istherenoonelse, and the video I'm bringing you today, we are going to go through a pretty meta stamina based build. I've been asked this question quite a bit on my channel. If I could post a build for Battlegrounds, you know, for Stam DK, Templar, whatever. Like people have been asking quite a bit. They want a viable build for Battlegrounds, and this will work on literally any stamina class in the game. This is essentially the meta right now. I did not create this build. You know, I did not create this. This build's been around for a month and a half now. Since the last patch came out, or since this patch came out, sorry. It's been around for a bit, and you know, it's pretty common. Like, it's been brought up in my Discord quite a bit. I will go through the alternatives of different sets if you want to, if you don't have certain things and, you know, different options for you. But this is a good starting point. You know, this is a good jumping off point to kind of figure out, you know, what you want to run. This is a sword and board and 2H build. You can make it 2H and bow. You can make it medium armor. You can make it heavy armor. There's a lot of versatility that you can do for your own specific sets. You just kind of tweak it how you want. So, yeah, with that being said, let's dive into it. I am on a Stamina Warden. Stamina Warden, this is one of the best setups for it, or one of the best classes. Stamina Necromancer is good, Stamina Dragonknight. These are all really good classes for this specific build. Now, I am an Imperial. As far as best races go, all the Stamina races work, but Imperial, Nord, Orc, you know, those would be my top three. I like Imperial for the extra health. You know, extra health on a Warden is really nice with Arctic Blast. Arctic Blast is increased healing, increased health. It makes this really hard to kill. We all know this stuff. So yeah, as far as consumables go, I am currently running Lavafoot. I'm running Lavafoot. I want the little added recovery, a little extra stamina for some more damage. I have no problem with the health pool. In CP, I'm running around with 38,000 health. In no CP, I have like 32,000 health, which is pretty beefy. It's a pretty beefy health bar. People are going to be like, oh, you know, you can't kill anything. Well, I'm on a Warden. I'm on a Warden. I can 100% kill people. So yeah, we are running Lavafoot, Soup, and Saltrice. If you don't want that, like I said, you can run Dubious, you can run Artam, you could switch your food, but you know, that's what I'm running for this. As far as sets go, on the back bar, we are running Crimson. Like I said, guys, this is going to be a more meta build, and this set is, in my opinion, it is currently the best set in the game. And I'll go through it and I'll explain why I think so. 2-piece max health, 3-piece healing taken, 4-piece max health, 5-piece. After taking damage, you surround yourself in an 8-meter mist of blood. After 2 seconds, the mist is violently siphoned into your body, dealing 11,106 bleed damage to nearby enemies and healing you for 100% of the damage done. This effect can occur once every 8 seconds. So, when you are fighting outnumbered, this set is interesting in a few different ways. I've mostly seen it in groups that are trying to chase after me and like chase me down. And so like if I'm fighting, you know, 6, 7, 8 people and they're after me and I'm kiting and I'm line of sighting and stuff, they're not really going to be able to utilize the Crimson proc properly, you know, because you need people to be in this 8-meter mist. If you're the one person, it is much better, it's much more utilized for you than it is for them, because they're constantly chasing you, they're constantly in your space. You're utilizing this set a lot more than they are. And so oftentimes I see the set and it's just misused by the, you know, I wouldn't say the wrong people, but people that are running in larger groups fighting smaller groups don't get to utilize this set as well. And so it doesn't look as strong as it actually is for that reason. But this set is 100% one of the strongest sets in the game. And the reason that is because it scales with Markarth. And so when you wear Markarth, you get 25% more damage on top of this. And that damage automatically doubles as healing. And when I think about different classes that I would run Crimson on, there's only one class that I wouldn't, and that would be Magsork. You know, I would not run Crimson on a Magsork because you're typically trying to operate at range. You know, you're not in melee range too often, and so this set would be wasted on that specific class. But Magic and Nightblade, Mag DK, you know, even Magplar, because you're going to be in their face all the time. Backbarring this set on literally any other class in the game works out very well. I've had fights where I've fought people and this has saved them. You know, this set has saved them from dying. I've fought with this set and it has saved me from dying. It procs every 8 seconds. It does a good amount of damage. Proc damage in Battleground and no CP is a lot stronger than stat-based damage. And so this doubling as a pretty good damage, AoE damage, as well as AoE healing, in a no CP environment where healing is at a premium is very, very valuable. So this is, like I said, this is the strongest set in the game currently. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, it just is what it is. If you don't want to run Crimson and you want to run something else on the back bar, there are a few options. Like you could run like Defending Warrior. Defending Warrior is a pretty interesting option as far for like mag-based specs. I think it's called Defending Warrior. It's in one of the trials. Your other usual suspects, I mean, you could run Clever Alchemist, you could run Backbar, I mean, you could run Juggernaut if you choose to do that. There's a few other options, but Crimson's the best. You know, it doubles with healing. Healing and damage. You know, some of them are damage mitigation, some of them are healing, some of them are damage. Not many are giving you both, you know, so very, very powerful set. And the best part is, you know, it is a heavy armor set, and people are going to be, you know, people will ask, like, you know, why would you run this on, you know, a mag spec? Like, what if I wanted to go light armor? Well, you can run 2 jewelry, you can run 1 body, and then you can back bar the sword and board. So the back bar is a 5-piece, and you can still run 5 light. You could still run 5 medium if you so choose to. You know, it's a heavy armor set, but you can mix and match it to make it light, medium, or heavy, as long as the other sets that you're running can, you know, run in light, medium, or heavy. So yeah, we're running Crimson. I just got a stamina enchant. Front bar, I'm running Unfathomable Darkness. This is a very, very powerful proc set. It's been around for a while, but it got a buff. But yeah, weapon crit, physical pen, weapon damage. 5-piece, when you deal damage, you call a murder of crows around you for 12 seconds. Every 3 seconds, a crow will be sent to peck the closest enemy within 12 meters of you, dealing 8,134 physical damage. It's effective to occur once every 15 seconds. So for 12 out of 15 seconds, we have crows pecking at people for 8,000. That can also be buffed by Markarth, which puts this tooltip, you know, be it over 10,000 tooltip. It is a shit ton of damage. The pen with the weapon damage for the 3 and 4 piece is very, very valuable. If you don't want to run Unfathomable, like there are other options. You could 100% run something like Sheer Venom. Savara's Scales would be the other option. That's the typical one you'll see quite a bit on PCNA, where people are running back bar Crimson, front bar Savara's. There are a few options. You know, you could front bar multiple different sets. Unfathomable just is really nice. I do need to get my hands on the Pestilent Host Maul. I think Pestilent Host would actually be pretty disgusting because its flat damage is just slightly below Spriggan's, and then you get the proc, so when you kill somebody you get that extra dot. I think it would actually be pretty gross in Battlegrounds, but I need to get my hands on it. My RNG has been kind, but it hasn't been that kind yet. So we are going Sharpened. We have a poison damage enchant. The Sharpened buffs our procs, so this will buff our Unfathomable Darkness proc. It's also, you know, just more damage than anything else, so it just makes a lot of sense. As far as the monster set goes, we're running Engine Guardian. Engine Guardian, you guys know, and Engine Guardian's extremely powerful for a few reasons. Number one, it procs basically all the time. 25% chance to proc. It gives you a ton of resources, which is fantastic for Battlegrounds. And then the other thing that it gives is it's a shit ton of damage mitigation. Like, it's so much damage mitigation because when it procs around you, you know, it's really hard to target people. I remember I was watching somebody duel on stream. Oh, wow, are we just not going to proc it now? Are we just not going to proc it? There we go. So this thing can be targeted. And so oftentimes single target builds have a hard time focusing you because this thing will get in the way. And so I've watched people, you know, duel, and they'll duel somebody with and without Engine Guardian, and they're like, yeah, it's essentially 15%-ish damage mitigation versus single target builds. Now, if somebody's coming in after you with Spin to Win, Dawnbreaker Spin to Win with Sub Assault, whatever, it's all AoE, it's going to hit everything. You're not getting damage mitigation from that, but single target builds, how many times, like, if you're on a Stamina Nightblade or any sort of single target build like a Magsork and you're casting and you accidentally cast the Dwemer Sphere, it's annoying. It's super annoying. It's up all the time and it's constantly giving resources. Now, this used to be counterable. Like, this used to have a counter because it had a longer cooldown and you could bash the Engine Guardian proc and you could kind of stop it from happening. I mean, you can still bash the Engine Guardian proc, but it summons so often, so much, that even if you bash it, like 2 to 3 seconds later, they're going to have it again. And so it's not worth trying to counter the EG proc, you know? And so once again, the set's really strong. It could use an adjustment for sure, but it's not our job as players to adjust anything. It's our job, you know, as players to run the strongest stuff and, you know, have fun doing it. Engine Guardian's up there. If you don't want to run Engine Guardian, you know, Bloodspawn, Balorg, Troll King. Troll King with the extra health recovery would be nice. You could run Malabeth with the extra heal proc, the, you know, the 30% healing in melee range. That would also be powerful. There's quite a few options you could run. You could even run Zan and no CP if you really wanted to just beam somebody down. But I do like Engine Guardian because it just gives you extra resources when you're killing people and, you know, you're constantly in the thick of things. It's nice getting those EG procs. You know, we do have health we have stamina and magicka based heals, and so whether or not we get magicka or stamina, we're going to be able to heal ourselves. And then that also turns, when we get our health heal, it makes us even tankier. The health heal on EG is definitely the strongest part of it. So yeah, overall pretty strong. So we are running Impen. Now in Battlegrounds, Impen isn't the strongest trait. You know, most people are running around with Markarth and they're running proc sets, and so Impen isn't as valuable. I do run a lot of CP, and so in CP I still value Impen because snipe gankers, bombers, all these other sorts of things, I do value Impen for that reason. This is not min-maxed for Battlegrounds. So in Battlegrounds, you could go well-fitted, you could go sturdy, you could go infused, divines. You know, a bunch of these options are very good because, like I said, a lot of people run proc sets. Proc sets can't crit. Impen isn't as valuable there. So yeah, you could choose how you want to do that. Now I am running... So how I have this set up is I'm running 5 heavy. So I got 3 body crimson, and then I'm back barring the sword and board. So I got 5-piece crimson on the back bar. So I got 3 body crimson. I also have trainee gauntlets, which are heavy, which gives me this health bonus. You could run 4-piece crimson. You know, crimson gives you, you know, the 1164 max health. You could run 4-piece crimson on the body, but you get a little bit more health this way, you know. Plus, when you're on the back bar, it's a lot more, and it scales, you know, your Arctic Blast scales with your max health. I'd rather run the 1 trainee piece, but that's up to you. And then I have 1 piece of Unfathomable Darkness. So I do have 2 jewelry, Unfathomable Darkness, and now I'm going to get some shit from people in my guild because I haven't running a blue ring. Doesn't matter, guys. You know, we're running procs. You know, we're running procs. You're going to run friggin' green jewelry and you're going to shred people. It doesn't matter if this is gold, blue, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, we're running procs. So we got 2 jewelry pieces. We have 1 body piece, and then we're front barring them all. So back bar 5-piece, front bar 5-piece, 1-piece trainee. And then we're running Malacath's Banded Brutality. Like I already said, we're running it infused. This increases your damage done by 25%, but you cannot deal critical damage. Because we're wearing heavy armor, our critical strike chance isn't very high to begin with. You know, we only have 18% crit chance, which is next to nothing. So boosting, we're not going to crit too often. We're also a Warden, so we don't get a bunch of crit modifiers in general. Oh, my food ran out. Hold on. So those sort of things kind of add up. And so, yeah, it just, Malacath is, well, you guys already know this. Malacath is powerful. So, like I said, I am an Imperial. I have 24 points into health. You see we have 26k health outside of PvP. This jumps up to about 38,000 health in CP. It jumps to like 33,000 health, you know, with our minor toughness buff that we get with the Warden in no CP. So we do have a ton of max health. Our max stamina isn't very high, but like I said, we're running procs. We have a bunch of damage. We're a Warden. You know, we are going to have quite a bit of damage with this. I do have some gameplay at the end if you wanna check that out. Weapon damage looks low. Once again, we're running procs. You know, we have a lot of pen with this specific build with Unfathomable and with running Ransack. So we have a lot of pen. We have a lot of damage. We also have Malacath. It just all kind of adds up. Running the Warrior Mundus, you know, depending on your race, you might want to adjust this. You know, I am an Imperial, like I said, so I can run the Warrior. If you're a Nord, maybe you want to run the Serpent. If you're an Orc, you might want to run the Serpent, or maybe you want to run the Lady Mundus for extra resistances. Up to you. Lava Foot. As far as our stats are, if we look at our back bar, 28,000 health. We buff up with our minor toughness, like I said, 31, jumps up to 37,000. Stamina recovery is 1938. You know, we are also running potions. I know, shocker, potions, 2,500 with an Engine Guardian proc, with the Netch. This is actually like way more recovery than you need, but I already have quite a bit of damage, so I just rather run around with crazy amounts of sustain, but that's up to you. You could definitely add more damage to this. You don't need this much recovery, you know, in Battlegrounds, but that's up to you. Front bar, 2766 weapon damage. Obviously, it's on the lower side, but I mean, I'm going to say it again. We're running procs, guys. It doesn't matter. As far as the skills go on the front bar, we got Executioner, Bird of Prey. This gives us minor berserk, increasing our damage done by 5%. It also gives us our movement speed buff. Pretty nice still in the front bar. We also get the, what is it? Advanced Species, or is it the Savage Beast passive? The whatever one it is where it's 2%. Increase your damage done by 2% for each animal companion ability slotted. So because we have this on our front bar, we get another 2% there. We're on a Rally. We have Sub Assault, D-Swing, and Dawnbreaker. Back bar, you can run Permafrost, you can run the Sigic Ultimate, you can run Sword and Board. Sword, like Spell Wall would be really nice for, you know, snipe gankers that are desyncing your health bar. I don't have it currently because I don't have my Sword and Board up to 50, so I'm kind of at the mercy of them at the moment, but it is what it is. Pierce Armor. This skill is extremely powerful. Thrust your weapon with disciplined precision at an enemy, dealing 35-21 physical damage and taunting them to attack you for 15 seconds. You get Minor Breach and Major Breach. So it is 59.48 and 29.74 pen on one skill. This is this is almost 9,000 pen, guys, on one skill. That is a crazy amount of pen for one ability. It's super cheap, 1107. You stay in close. We have 9,000 pen with this one skill. That's crazy. If you don't want to run this, that's fine. You know, there are other options. You could absolutely run like Shimmering Shield. You can run Shimmering Shield here. You get yourself some multi-gen, protect you from those nasty snipe gankers or ranged builds. But, you know, with Crimson, Pierce Armor is just really nice, in my opinion. We're running Ice Fortress. This is going to give us minor protection, reduces our damage taken by 5%. We are also running the Bull Netch. This is going to give us a Purge. It also restores stamina, so we get more recovery with this. This is one of the best Warden skills in the game, and the best Warden skill in the game that I don't even have morphed yet. Arctic Wind, which you change to Arctic Blast. This is a Magicka cost. This is a Magicka heal, but it scales off your max health. So envelop yourself in Winter Winds, instantly healing for 7791 health, and an additional 934 health every 1 second over 5 seconds. While the effect persists, the winds pulse outwards, dealing 635 frost damage. Doubles is a little bit of damage as well. This healing from this ability scales with your max health. Now, I've talked a lot on this channel about how health-based heals are problematic. Wardens have arguably the best one. You know, like when you're running procs, you can stack a lot of high health, you still have damage, and this just allows you to have really nice healing. You know, when I'm in CP, this is over a 10,000 tooltip for a heal, and I'm running Engine Guardian, you know, and I'm in 5 heavy, so I get the Constitution passive. I can actually proc this quite a bit. The burst heal, you know, it's quite nice, you know, and yeah, you know, I can't spam it, you know, relentlessly, but I also have Vigor, and I also have Rally. And yeah, I don't have snare removal, but there's not too many snare bots in no CP Battlegrounds, so you don't really have to worry about that as much as you used to. And yeah, when you get the EG Magicka proc, you know, and you're taking damage, you can hit this and, you know, it's going to save your life. Now, if you don't want to run this, I mean, I disagree. I mean, I would 100% run this. It's just a crazy strong synergy right now. It needs to be adjusted, in my opinion. But if they're not going to adjust it, you got to run it. You know, like you just have to run it. It is a very, very strong skill. Resolving Vigor. I mean, you could 100% run like, you know, you could run Living Trellis there. You know, something like that. That works out fine. But Arctic Blast is just better. It's just a better skill. And yeah, we're running EG so we can run it a little bit more. Yeah, as far as our skills go, we don't need to look at the CP because this is a no CP build. We already looked at the character sheet. I do have some gameplay footage of a Battlegrounds here, you know, so if you guys want to check that out just to kind of see what it is in action. Like I said, you could run this on any build, any stamina spec in the game, and it would be effective. You know, you can run it on literally anybody, on anything. Now, like I said, I have it in heavy. You could 100% make it medium. You know, you could take off these crimson. You see how I'm running 3 crimson body. I could run crimson jewelry, 2 crimson jewelry, 1 body, and then I could back bar the crimson sword and board. So I have 1 piece heavy, and then I could switch these crimson pieces and make them Unfathomable Darkness or Savaras, which both come in medium. Savaras comes in light, medium, and heavy. Unfathomable Darkness comes in medium, and so I can run medium on the body. Trainee comes in light, medium, or heavy, so I could go out and get, you know, gloves or bracers of the trainee, so I can get medium there, and I can switch this to 5 medium. So that's how it's interchangeable. You can switch out whatever it is for jewelry, whatever. I think on a Warden going heavy just makes the most sense. Like I said, you're trying to utilize Arctic Blast. Arctic Blast is going to keep you healed up quite a bit. You know, I've gotten some shit for running high health on my Magicka Warden, and the thing is there's a method to the madness, guys. You know, you don't. There's a reason the tank meta is currently as tanky as it is because health-based heals allow you to run. You can run health-based heals and procs, and you get kind of the best of both worlds. Do I have the most burst in the game? No, but I have so much recovery, I have good damage, and I have good healing because I have health-based heals, I have Engine Guardian. Like, all this synergizes to make a very powerful setup. So, like I said, you know, I would like to see a lot of this stuff adjusted eventually. You know, I think having a longer cooldown on Engine Guardian so that when you bash it, it makes it, you know, a counterable play. I think that would make a lot of sense. I think Crimson needs an adjustment for sure. You know, like when you have 2 or 3 people on you, this is 11,000. You know, bleed damage per person that also doubles as healing. Like, it's very hard for you to kill you just by going to the back bar, you know? And then, I mean, I don't think Unfathomable Darkness is OP. It just kind of stacks, you know? I've talked about proc sets before. Unfathomable is strong. I wouldn't say Unfathomable is OP, you know? Just my opinion, of course, but the other sets are something. So, yeah, that's the end of the build. Let's dive into the gameplay. All right, guys, so this is just a Battlegrounds match where I ran this build. I can post other Battlegrounds matches if you want to see it. I know this is cherry picking currently because, you know, it's lower MMR and it's only one Battlegrounds match, but I kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit of gameplay so you can see it in action in that environment. You know, you guys can obviously see how it will transfer over to, you know, higher MMR and everything, but yeah, we get a Dawnbreaker here with a sub assault. We almost get a triple kill. We are going to get this kill as well, but it wasn't 3 clean, it was just the 2 clean. But yeah, so we go in there, and now we're just going to focus this guy with him. We're just going to hit him with a couple D swings, and now we have a werewolf also running Crimson. Now we are the second tankiest person in this Battlegrounds. You know, we have 32,000 health. We're doing a shit ton of damage. As you guys can see, we already have 4 kills in this game. We are the second tankiest person in this Battlegrounds. We get a really nice Dawnbreaker sub assault here. We're going to get a Crimson proc. We're going to get the kill there. This guy's almost dead, so we're just going to switch it out. We get a fear there. The 2 tankiest people in this Battlegrounds, though, what I was trying to say, are both running Crimson. You know, we got a werewolf and we have a Stamden, and we do quite a bit more damage than the werewolf, but we can't kill him, and he can't really kill us either, you know. Crimson life. It is what it is. So once again, we got a sub assault with a DB. This guy's actually quite tanky himself. So we're just going to keep the executes going. Managed to get the kill there. And so now at this point, we have, what, 5 or 6 kills. We're going to a couple Arctic Blasts. We're going to keep our heals up. We're just going to make sure we have all of our buffs up before we go on the offensive once again. And yeah, like, guys, I am not a good Stamden. I'm not trying to claim that I am or anything like that. Those of you guys that watch my channel, you know I don't play a ton of Stamina Warden. I think my Stamina Warden rank is like Captain or something. You know, I don't play it a ton, but you know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like fully carried. I mean, it's definitely a carry to run sets like this, but the strongest stuff is the strongest stuff, you know, and it's not our job as players to police ourselves and intentionally run weaker things. You know, if you guys want to run weaker gear, you don't want to run procs because procs are cheesy. I totally get it, guys. You know, I totally get it. I understand, but I also need to, you know, go out there and show you guys, you know, what the strongest stuff is right now. You know, I would be doing a disservice to you guys, you know, if you're trying to figure out a new class and like I'm not giving you the best stuff. I disagree with, you know, procs. Like, procs should be strong, but I think other stuff should be balanced, and currently it's just not that way. And so we can bitch about it, we can cry about it or whatever, or we can just say, hey, this is what it is. We have to adapt as players, and we have to, you know, run what the meta gives us, you know, and you know, that's what we're doing here. So we're going to run the Warden, and yeah, now we see we got a bunch of reds piling up here. So we're just going to keep our buffs up once again, get our vigor rolling. We got a sub assault, we got a pile of people here. I go to hit with DB. I was going to try and hit all of them, but this guy kind of rushed up, so we're just going to try and focus this guy individually. He hits an Arctic Blast, so we're just going to keep our buffs up once again. We're going to go in once again. They jump into the water. We take a leap, or they take a leap with a sub-assault. We managed to get a kill there, so we're just going to keep our buffs up once again. We got the werewolf on us. We got to make sure we, don't take a snipe. I don't know if there's any snipers in this game. This is actually one of the worst maps for a melee build like this. I mean, those of you guys that play a lot of Battlegrounds know, like, this map, or this specific map is perfect for snipers, range sorks, all these other things. And, luckily we didn't have a ton of those in this match, and we were able to just kind of face tank in this middle area here. So we've already gotten quite a few kills. We got a whole red team here. We got a few green guys. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try and help out my blue teammate. So I dropped the DB to try to get the stun so he could get the heal off. We get a stolen kill there, so we're just going to block, hit a couple Arctics, get our heals up. We're going to dodge roll out. You see I am getting snared a little bit, but it doesn't really matter a ton because I have so much healing power. Obviously, if you want to run snare removal, you can. You can run forward momentum, and it'd be more than fine. I just don't necessarily think you need it. But I mean, you don't need the healing of rally either. So it's what you want to do. But yeah, you see the engine guardian going off. We're gonna hit this guy with a ransack, a couple D swings. He's gonna back up just a little bit. We're gonna hit another D swing. DB. He died before that DB hit, so somebody else got the kill. We got a Sork here. We did hit him with our Crimson proc. We're going to get the kill there. So now we have a few people on us with a few people in the background, so we're going to keep our buffs up once again. And you just kind of see, like, I'm just in the middle of this kind of casting on whoever I want. I keep my buffs up. I go in with my sub. And the thing I forgot, guys, is sub lands twice. And so you're going to see me overcast sub assault currently. I'm just so used to, I don't play it a ton, but I'm used to just normally casting immediately afterwards. And that's, that's just a mistake on my end. I gotta get good. But yeah. This guy's going to take some damage here. We're just going to back up a little bit. We took a little bit of damage. We ended up getting that kill stolen on us. We're going to try and focus this werewolf because he's a little bit out of resources, but you see, I mean, we're nuking everybody else. We're not touching him. He's probably running the Alessian. If I were to guess, I'm guessing he's running the Alessian Crimson build. It's very tanky. It's very hard to kill, but it doesn't really do any damage. You're going to see that I'm going to have a ton of people on me, and he's not doing a ton of damage to me either because I'm also running Crimson. So we get 2 kills there. Actually, we get a stolen kill, my bad. So we're just going to buff up with our Arctic. We're going to buff up with our Rally and our Vigor. Almost back to full health. Now it's just us and the werewolf once again. We get a health proc here, so it just allows us to go, once we get the health proc, we can do a full heavy attack, return a lot of resources. We're going to get a mag proc here. This guy's pretty squishy, so we're just going to kind of single target him. Try and get our sub assault to land. We take a stun there, but we're just going to keep on with the executes. We get the kill there. So we're just going to pop our Arctic, we're going to pop our Vigor, we're going to weapon swap, we're going to hit our sub. Like I said, the EG proc is nice. It's really nice with this type of build because it just allows you to sustain and boost your healing quite a bit. We're going to go with the Dawnbreaker with the sub assault. He leaps, gets a lot of resources back, also gets that kill on our teammate. I was trying to go offensive to try and take him out of there, but it didn't work. So once again, we get another stolen kill. So we're just going to buff up. We're going to buff up with our Rally. We're going to buff up with our Vigor, hit our sub down. And somebody hits a really nasty DB on the pile. I take a little bit of damage here, so I'm going to back up. See, we got the EG proc, which means I can hit a bunch of Arctic Blasts. We see the Crimson go off, so I get healed back to full pretty easily. And so I'm going to pop a Vigor before I go into the pile. And we're just trying to line up our sub-assault and everything. Now we get hit with a Permafrost, so we're just going to back up a little bit away from the Permafrost. You see the sniper in the back. We're going to hit him with a DB. And we're going to go with the sub. We get the kill. Now we're going to see if we can get this kill. He is healing up a little bit. He is a Warden. He's got Arctic, but we get the kill there as well. We get the health proc. We're going to buff up once again, hit our sub. This guy is not CC breaking, so he's going to take a ton of damage here. Really nice fear by the werewolf to kind of keep us off of him. But we're just going to, stick on it, try and get the execute here. A little clunky and glitchy there, but we ended up getting the kill. We go with the DB. That guy was at half, the werewolf was at half health, so I thought we might have been able to get the kill, but Crimson proc goes off and plus the howl, so he's saved. Yeah, I tried to back up away from that. We ended up getting a stolen kill once again. A few stolen kills here where I just, made some mistakes where I could have had a few more. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating that there was a few spots where, if I was on my shit a little bit better, it would have been, I could have had a few more. So we're just going to keep winding our full heavies with our D-swing. This guy's actually quite tanky. So we're just going to back up once again, keep our heals up. We have a bunch of people coming in, so we just got to kind of be aware of our surroundings. We get another kill there. This guy's taking a ton of damage. So I went for the Dawnbreaker and it just kind of disappeared. We get the kill anyways. But yeah, like I said, we have just so much healing power. We have so much sustain. Really good battleground set build that you can literally run on anything. Like you could run this on a DK, you can run this on a necromancer, you can run this on a Nightblade. You know, you could run bow on the Nightblade if you so choose. You know, backbar bow with Crimson works out really well. Still, you know, people are going to jump on you. Once you take damage, you're going to get that proc. So you can turn and burn pretty quickly. So now I'm going to just go for the block because you see a lot of the permafrost. You see a lot of AoE coming in. We just have one more kill here, so I'm just going for the couple executes to try and get the finishing blow. There it is, 24-0, 6193 score, 1.4 million damage, 16 assists. You know, yeah, Warden is obviously very powerful. Anybody that says otherwise is, you know, I disagree with them. You know, it's just a strong class, and you know, you can stack these types of sets to make it even stronger. So if you guys have any questions or comments about this specific build, or you know, other things, like if you don't have the DLC, what other sets could you run? I already proposed options, but if you have other options and you want to ask, please provide it in the section below. I'll do my best to answer it. As is always the case, guys, I will be coming out with other specialized builds for individual classes, but you know, I figured this would be really nice. Like I said, I've had a lot of questions asking for a BG build. This is a really good stamina BG build that can literally run on anything. If you guys want to see a Magicka BG build, I can do that also. Just let me know. That's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.